third day of our webinar training program on counseling and internship on counseling. I think you have a lot of input regarding the various topics from myself and Dr. Veena and Ms. Akshay Lakshmi. And today with us an eminent person, Dr. Salim Akbar. He is an HR consultant and psychologist. He is having rich international experience. At present, he is the director of Kadi Counseling Center and Consulting Center at Dindikal, Madurai, India. And he is specialized in human resource management, training, and Indian psychology, counseling, and administration. He is a certified cybercrime intervention officer by National Security Database of India, and he has published 10 articles in journals and conferences and seminar proceedings, organized more than 200 webinars, and acted as a resource person for more than 9 webinar sessions. And he has published 2 books, and he received 3 awards. With that credit, he's having a lot of qualities for the field of counseling. I personally felt I met him and I inspired his commitment and dedication in the field of counseling. We are very happy to have you here as a resource person for our counseling program. We are eagerly waiting to listen a lot about that communication that will happen in counseling. Sir, what is it?
Sir, thank you very much. Thanks for being a part of your. It's a pleasure is mine actually always. I am very eager to participate in your workshops. So further also I am like to travel along with you because we are in same boat of sailing. So thank you all the participants. You are in the third day today. So since it's afternoon, 3 o'clock, little bit tired or less, whatever it may, even though it is, we will try to convey whatever the things I will transfer, try to transfer the knowledge sharing to you. So anything you can ask the question end of the session, or in between also, if you want to stop, you can stop and ask questions. Thank you for this team, and thank you all the participants. Today topic is communication. We all know before entering into the topic, there is a proverb called charity with the start from the home. So the same way, communication also same thing. Communication start from home only. We are chatting with our parents or our partners or kids, whatever. Well, after entering into the society in the street, we are talking to the neighbors, and we are coming to the workplace, we are talking to our boss, subordinate, and colleagues, whatever. And of course, with the government agencies, if necessary in the workplace or any issues in the government authorities. So in all the aspects, all the 360 diary, we need the communication, either in social life or personal life or whatever it may be. So in general, communication is very, very important to anybody from childhood to like in the aged person also. They have to very keen in the communications. Then only we can succeed. The thing is, the bottom line of the communication is we have to convey whatever we want to say. If it is short, also okay. For example, just I want to give a little bit 1 or 2 words in Tamil. ராமர் அனுமார் அனுப்பி இலங்கைக்கு போயிட்டு வந்து சீதை எப்படி இருக்கான்னு கேட்டு வர சொன்னாங்க. அப்ப அவர் அனுமார் போய் பார்த்து வந்துட்டாரு. ராமர் அதை எதிர்பார்த்துக்கிட்டு வெயிட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருந்தார், என்ன சொல்ல போறாருன்னு. ஸோ அந்த டைம்ல வந்து அனுமார் வந்து ரொம்ப டீட்டெயிலா எலாபரேட்டா சொன்னா நல்லா இருக்காதுன்ட்டு கண்டேன் சீதையை அப்படின்னு 2 வார்த்தையில முடிச்சிட்டாரு. முதல் வார்த்தை கண்டேன், அதை பார்த்துட்டேன் உயிரோட இருக்காங்க அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக சொன்னாரு. ஸோ நான் போனேன் வந்தேன்னு இழுக்காம இருக்குது. அது மாதிரி ஸோ ரத்தின சுருக்கமா சொல்லுவாங்க, கம்யூனிகேஷன் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் வாட்டர். அதான் என்னதான் சுத்தி சுத்தி பேசினாலும் நம்ம ரிசல்ட் வாட் எவர் திங் இஸ் ஆப்போசிட் சைடு உள்ளவங்க புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். திஸ் இஸ் த கம்யூனிகேஷன். ஈவன் ஃபேமிலி ஆல்சோ ஆர் வாட் எவர். ஒரு குழந்தை அழுதா தாய்க்கு தெரியுது எதுக்கு அழுகுது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. ஸோ அது மாதிரி வாட் எவர் வி எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் லைக் பாடி லாங்குவேஜ் குழந்தைங்க பண்றது. ஸோ ஆஃபீஸில் ஒரு வேலை ஓவரை கொடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னா நம்ம லைட்டாக தலையை சொல்லிடுவோம், சார் இது முடிக்க முடியாது இழுக்கிறதுக்குள்ளே சொல்லிடுவோம், ஓகே யூ டேக் யுவர் டைம். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த வே ஆஃப் எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் அண்ட் கம்யூனிகேஷன். So let us see the whatever the communications all about one by one. Then we will come to one conclusion how the communication is. Thank you. So I will present from here my laptop. Can you able to see my screen?
It's not visible, sir. Your desktop we can able to see.
Yes, sir. Actually, just before that, I want to tell what are the worksheet I am going to give in the seminars. So, because later on, if any time delays also, can keep in mind this point and can do your worksheet. There are three worksheets I want to give you. After the we will put in our groups. You can go through it and you can complete as soon as possible. The first worksheet, check your skills. It's related to the communications basically. Let me just brief it. I am not going through in depth. This is for the evaluation of yourself. It is only SR type or needs improvement. You can do yourself analysis. There are almost 21 questions. You take your time, you go one by one, put whatever you have yes or no, or if you want, if you feel it is you need some improvements, you can put the need improvements, and you can send to us for the evaluation. Okay, this is the number one. We'll share in the group. And second thing, this for the verbal communication skills worksheet. Here we have how the content structure should be, and message delivery, how it will be. It will come in the B. And third, skills related to handling others. So first is structure, how the content will be, and second, delivery, how we are delivering. And the third one is what skills we have related to handling others. Then clarifying skills. This is the fourth. So here you can put your Likert scale system from 1 to 5. It is there. If you have the never, you can put never. Or if you are having the habits of always, you can put in between means moderate. You can put occasionally 3. So scale start from 1 to 5. So you can do the skill and you can do analysis about your communication skill. This is second worksheet. And coming to third one.
A little louder, sir.
Yes, sir. And coming to third one, sir, I am audible now.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Coming to third one, this is the like in workplaces there is a conversation between two. Like the name called, for example, I put Vignesh and Ramesh. Ramesh is the project manager and Vignesh is the team member. So there is a conversation. After there is a questions. There are 6 questions. For example, first question is what are the challenges in communication that you can identify in this case? Just go through, study all this communication. What challenges related to communication? What do you feel? You put it. And second question, which are the different ways with, sorry, I put name wrongly here. What are the names different way you can put it? And third one, do words communicate in the same meaning? So fourth one is example. You have to give the example of like verbal, vocal, visual. Okay. There are 6 questions. You have to complete this one. Okay. Okay. Now we will go to the presentations. Once again, I would like to welcome all the participants or students for this online internship program conducted by the Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center. I'm the today's resource person, Dr. Salim Akbar. Today's topic about communication, and we are going to see the communication in terms of counselor and counseling aspect. In general, I already mentioned worksheet I given. Actually, you have to check your skills and you can rate your skill, you can team your skills. And just I want to refer the quote. One of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. This is the only thing you can remember. Keep it as a mantra or whatever. This is the very important mantra for the communication. One of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. This is very important in the communication. If you are not listening, if you are not attentive, the people will think that we are respecting to them. Okay. Coming to the skills. Yesterday, my colleague Deepan has talked about the skills for the counselors. There are a lot of skills required for the counseling during the counseling sessions. And one of the skill is communication. Yesterday, he little bit touched about communication skill. So he covered all the aspects of the skills. Today, we are going to see only the skills, particular skill of the communication in terms of like counseling interactions. Okay. Coming to the counseling, just keep a triangle in mind. There are 3 dimensions it is there in terms of counseling. There are 3 players here, 3 parts we can say. One is counselor, another one is counseling, another one is communication. I can say 3C. we are whatever we are going to talk about, it will fall under these three, either counseling or counselor or content of the communication, whatever the style of way of body language, whatever. So keep in mind this coming to the communication. First, counselor, you consider yourself as a counselor today, or for the imagination of the topic. So today, you are all are the counselors today. Okay. If somebody is coming to you for the counseling, how you are going to interact with them, verbally, body language, written language, whatever this thing. So keep in mind, counselors yourself, one face, and second thing, opposite person, your client is a counseling, and third, in between you and him is a communication. Just keep in mind, imagine what are I going to say, then you will come to the conclusion. Okay. Here I put serial number, series 1, series 2. I put percentage in y-axis 0% to 100%. I put first, second, that is a session. For example, somebody is coming for the counseling to you. You are the counselor sitting in our cabin. They are coming for the very first session. Okay. The very first session in practically generally, they want to vent out everything. They want to communicate whatever in their thoughts. For example, you are conducting for a 45-minute session or 1 hour session, you are fixing. Okay. Even though you are fixing 45 minutes or 1 hour, whatever it may be, the very first session, probably they will occupy whole 45 minutes, they only occupy, or even 1 hour also. So the blue is counselor side and red is counselor side. The time occupation for the session, the very beginning session, clients will be occupied the whole time or counseling. So over period of session, you will have the control of time. First session, they will vent out everything. And maybe second session also they will come. Whatever they forgot to talk about yesterday, they will communicate to you today. And it will keep on go. First, second, third. And over a period of time, you have the control over them. And you will talk more, like you will give the strategies, you will give the workshop, you will give the like assignments, and you will give the some inputs, examples, whatever. So this is the pattern of the time consumption of the communication between you and counseling. So even though they are occupying your whole first sessions whole time, let them occupy, because you are refusing, you are interrupting them, they will not happy at all, because they want to vent out whatever in their mind. And second thing, there is a law for relationship in the communication, in the official setting, counselor and the counselor setting. So always keep in mind, you should maintain formal and official communication, formal and official relationship during the counseling also, or after the counseling also. They are your client. So whenever they want to call, they will, any issues, they will try to call you, or they will keep in touch after your session. Probably this year they might have one issues. Probably next year they will come for come with some other issues. For example, a student, they are studying the college, they have some problems. After probably after a couple of years in the working place, they have some issues. After that, some years after the marriage, they want to do the premarital counselor, after postmarital counseling, whatever it may be. So whatever the issues, if they're coming lifelong also, keep in mind that you have to always keep the formal and official communication system and a relationship only, not the personal at all. It will not work out. And we are going to do the communications with them. Okay, what counseling need? You know very well, they are coming with the any issues like any phobia or any anger or depression, stress or any issues, or they want some guidance, whatever it may be. So just keep in mind what they need. Then you can come to the conclusion, and you can deliver the very good communication with the crisp and the transparent communications. So in that aspect, just always keep in mind that hierarchy of mental health needs. Sir, the slide got changed or not?
It's not changed, sir. Communication time
Okay,
schedule.
ma'am. After that, I changed actually counseling.
No, sir. It is in that x-axis and y-axis series only, sir.
Oh,
So you can
1 minute.
disconnect and reconnect, sir. Present is, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Before one, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, participant, due to some technical issue, I couldn't able to reconnect my laptop. Sorry, kindly excuse me. So, coming to the continuation of our topic, communication with regards to the counseling and the situations. So always keep in mind that counseling needs, as per our hierarchical mental health needs, they want in the following. You can see the triangle. They want all these items from you, like from the counselor. So keep in mind that always your communication or whatever the content are you are going to delivery, and what they are going to get, it should be from this list only. Then only there is a successful communication. Otherwise, just a waste of time. So keep in mind they're expecting, they need your support, they need treatment from you, they need some coping strategy, they need some healthy relation with the counselor, and they need self-compassion, self-confidence, and self-care, humor sometimes. Sometimes they want empathy and hope, all those things. So this is the very basic things you have to keep in mind. Whatever you are going to deliver the word, whatever you're going to give the content, and it should be as per this hierarchical mental health need. Sir, next slide. And coming to the establishing rapport, it is very, very, very important. You have to make a good rapport with the clients, your clients. Otherwise, they will not get any good rapport. They will not get any fruitful delivery from you. So coming to that, sir, next one. And always keep in mind that how do you go about establishing rapport? So rapport is very, very important. You can create by these 4 or 5 steps. On, you need self-confidence and you must understand people. And third mantra, you must be enthusiastic. And fourth one, you must take eye contact. And fifth one, you must be interested in them. Suppose you are neglecting, they are talking to you, if you are returning something, or if you are writing, or you are seeing here and there, and then they will think about you are not interested in their discussion. And second thing, always keep the eye contact. It is very, very, very important to maintain the eye contact. And enthusiastic, you should you have to express you are energetic, you are enthusiastic. Otherwise, they will think you are not interested in their case, and they want actually hope. If you are not giving the hope verbally, non-verbally also you can give the hope. That will satisfy their need. They want empathy. So you should understand the people, or which situations they came, how they came, and you have to be your self confident, and you have to give the confidence to them also. Sir, next one. And communication meaning. Okay, we saw the communication, how the clinical setting, counseling situation, how the communication should be. And just for the discussion, sake of discussion, we will try to know what is the meaning of communication. But we know the communication, what it is, what to be delivery. Just you come to know the communication's meaning also. It will be helpful. Communication is a dynamic process. It is not a static. There is a meaning dynamic and static. For example, static means there is no movement, and dynamic means it's a continuous process. I can say it should be, the communication should be continuous. If it not hang up in the one point of time, from starting your session starting to session end. If you are occupying the session for 45 minutes or 1 hour, it should be the dynamic process, not the static. And second thing, through this process, we convey a thought or feeling to someone else. Always keep in mind that you are going to express your thought to them, that to be accepted by the counseling. And how it is received depends on the set of events, stimuli that a person is exposed to be. Of course, how they are receiving it is not in your hand, it is in their hand. But even though you have the responsibility to deliver, and you
Salim sir, are you there?
important role in communication. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you hear, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And how you say that what you say plays an important role in communication. Sir, next one. And keep in mind that total communication process, the timings actually for the listening and writing, reading, speaking, there is a you are listening 45% and you have to speak 30% and you have to write 9% and you have to read 15%. This is the pattern general. You can keep it yourself, and whenever they are coming for the communication, you can simply you are talking for the 1 hour session. It will not be, sometimes you have to talk, sometimes you have to listen, and of course it is depends on the session. Very first session I told you already, they will occupy 100% of your time. So keep on going. Like for example, you are having the weekly 2 sessions. First session they will occupy. Second session you can interact with them. You can throw the questions indirectly, whatever. Then your communication process will start. And over period of time, you have the control over them. You will be speaking more. They will be listening. Very beginning time, they will be listening and they will be speaking to you. And after sometimes, you will be listening to them.
1 minute, I will come back, sir. There is an automatic setting there. I will disable and then come back.
Fine, sir. Okay. So by counseling, what you will do, you are going to counsel them through your communication. So their life, their mental health, it is in counselor's hand. So always keep in mind that you have their 50% of life, it is in your hand. So your communication, thank you, sir. Your communication should be very beginning listening more, then speaking less, and then writing. Like your mental state examination, you are going to write in front of them. For example, you are taking general profile. You are asking where you are coming, what's your, which city you are from, village or this thing, how trauma, all those things. You are keep on writing this one, they will not interested at all. So just don't do writing whenever you are communicating with them. Just listen actually. Listen completely whatever they're saying. Once after they left your session, take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, then you recall and write whatever you got information from. It will be helpful. In front of them, don't do the writing at all. You have to, during the communication, you have to keep in mind that whenever they are talking, you have to listen. You should not keep on writing whatever like a test or something and notes. You should not take the notes actually. Sir, next one. And level of communication. There's, you know very well, there's a 2 type of communication. One is verbal and non-verbal.
Can you able to see the screen, sir?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can able to see.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know very well, the communication means either verbal or non-verbal or symbolic. Verbal, we can divide it into 2 parts, intra and extra. Intra means intonation of words and sounds, whatever giving, that is a verbal. And extra verbal means implication of words, whatever the implications and semantics, all the phrases and all those things. Non-verbal, of course, gesture, postures, movements, everything. So along with the combination of these things only, your communication will be there. You cannot keep, I will do only verbal, I will be non-verbal. No, automatically will do verbal as well as non-verbal. So keep it in mind that you have to 50-50. You can concentrate on your non-verbal plus verbal communication also. Sir, next one. And external barriers in communication. Okay, environment is the main factor, and other people like status, education, time. For coming to the environment, suppose you are in one clinical setting, or you are going on counseling, you went to, you are going for the some home, mental MI home or MR home, and you are sitting with the clients, you are talking to them, and that surrounding, it will not look like your clinical settings. For example, it is an open area, or it will be the 10 by 10 room. There will be a couple of people. It's like a dormitory. These things will be there in mental illness or mental retard home. So keep in mind that these are things barrier for you, but you only it is a barrier. You have to come across your barrier. So you should not say that I am very good in communication in my clinical setting. It will not work out. You are going to client place or you are going some home. The environment will be definitely different. Sir, next one. By basic reasons, we do not listen. Thing is, first one is listening is hard work. Always with it, I cannot listen, I cannot concentrate. This is the very bad thing. Second one, lack of training. We have to keep on take the training. And the speed differences. If listening means our speed difference will be there, and reading means if you're talking means the speed difference will be there. Like 120 word per minute and 360 word per minute. So this way we are lacking in the actually listening. Our listening skill is very, very low compared to talking means this is the reason. Sir, next one. And level of listening. First one is non-listener and marginal listener, evaluative listener, and active listener. Maybe your client are coming to you. Probably they have problem. They can be the good speaker. They cannot be the good listener. Okay. So keep in mind that first you analyze yourself, the counselor who are coming to you, how they are listening, what's their listening skill. Because you are ready to talk, but at the same time they have to accept you. Otherwise, there is no benefit at all. So keep in mind if they are the good listener, or otherwise you just evaluate yourself. They are active listener or evaluative listener or marginal listener or whatever it may be. Then you can try to talk with them, interact with them. Sir, next one. Improving listening skills. And you have to improve your listening skills by, if suppose you are lacking, by not being preoccupied, be relaxed and having the anything just whatever the during the session, counseling session, don't preoccupy with anything. Be in open mind, non-defensive, minimizing your interruptions by asking questions. If suppose you are having any doubt, you can ask one by one. At the same time, keep in mind that don't directly ask them. I went to one home, MS Chellamathi Institute home for the one of pathology courses, and we interact with the some of the MI patient. Before that, they gave the instruction that ask the question, but don't ask directly. Suppose any new admissions comes, so we should not ask what for you came to this home and what's your issue. We should not ask directly with them. We have to interact with them slowly and we have to gel with them. It will take some time, even 1 hour, 2 hours also it will take. I'm talking about home settings. It will take 1 or 2 hours. So after that, what you can say, you can try to understand why they came to this home, what this issue. You have to, you should not ask why you came, or you should not ask when you came to home, or how many days you are staying in this home. These things you should not actually communicate with them to understand their issues. Sir, next one. On communication, and you can see 7% weights, and this is like a thumb rule, I can say. More or less a little bit it can change, and just keep in mind that this thumb rule, 7% should be weights and 38% is paralinguistic and 50% body language. In everybody is you are taking the pattern, almost all the people, like 80-20, we can say 80-20 rule. 80% of the people, they will be following this category. They will do this percentage only. Like probably 20% they have the exemption, but almost 80% they will do what they will do. They will do 50% body language. They want to communicate through the body language, and 38% paralinguistics, and 7% only by word they want to communicate. Sir, next one. And types of body language. Let us see verbal, and earlier we saw the verbal and non-verbal. Just I want to give the glance of body language, how it is, because you know very, very well that 55% is occupied only body language, isn't it? So just we have to keep on eye on this one. Like you can keep in the mind, you can keep the word in mind, people, P-E-O-P-L-E, okay? P for posture, that means gesture, whatever. E for eye contact, O for orientation, P for presentation, L for looks, and E for expression of emotion. Just keep in mind that even you can practice not only in the clinical setting, even in your home also, even in the chatting with the friends also. Just try to understand how your body language it is there according to these people, PEOPLE, how your gestures, like formal gesture in non-formal session in a home with chatting in the friends, just for analyzing yourself, how you are doing eye contact with them, like gender-wise, male or female. If you are talking to the male, if you are male, if you are talking to the male, how your eye contact. If you are male, you are talking to the male, how your eye contact and orientation. How do you position yourself? Cross leg or cross hand or inside somebody put in the pocket for standing. There are a lot of things in our word and presentation. How do you are delivering? Somebody will be delivering with a short and sweet. Somebody will be talking to like a couple of minutes and blah, 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 all those things. And somebody will be talking very crispy. So you just observe yourself in different settings, like you are working, your formal, official, like non-formal also, how your presentation, orientation, all those things. So next one. And focus on listening and try to how to focus on listening. Suppose somebody is talking to you, how will you focus? This is very, very important. Okay, listen to yourself. Before you can be an effective listener, you have to ensure you are ready to listen. So assess your mental, physical, and emotional status. Some client is coming to you, they are sitting to you, are going to have a 45-minute session or half an hour or 1 hour session. So first yourself think that you are going to listen complete entire 45 minutes or 1 hour, you are going to listen yourself. Just keep in mind that. And that time you assess your mental, your physical, your emotional status. Suppose probably while coming from home, you have some, your car tire got punctured, you have some stress. They will be calling you back, your car is ready, you are waiting for some call. Okay, so these are the things will disturb you. Or physically, suppose you are not well or some disturbance in your settings and work settings will be there, or your mental status. So always keeping that all these things, put in everything throughout from your mind and focus on the client and try to listen. Even though 1 hour session, you try to listen 1 hour completely with them. And remember, you are there to listen. And you have to make sure that the clients should actually 100% they have to have the confident about you. That means client is talking to you means the counselor should be listening. So that hope, confidence you have to give to your client. Sir, next one. And unconsent. This is talking about focus on the person's train of thought. Avoid thinking about your response or other non-related things until the person is finished speaking. So you have the passion, you should have the passion. And remove distractions like TV, music, or suppose somebody having the, for example, I can see a lot of clinics and the doctor settings also, like OP present there, like 10x10 consultation room, they will keep on TV in one corner, because whenever patient is not there, they want to watch or they want to have the music. Okay, and during the like patient also, they will try to switch off the TV. TV will be in the on condition. Sometimes if any flash news or something, they will keep on concentrate on the news. So don't do like that. Don't remove all the distraction from that your clinical settings. So next one. And silent and body language. Silent is not well. You know very well. Silent is there's a proverb. Silent and a smile is the powerful tool actually. If somebody is asking the question, if you are silent, there is a different meaning. If somebody is asking the question, if you are smiling, that is different meaning without answering any words. So always keep in that silence is the powerful tool. Silent is not a bad at all. Don't always rush to fill in gaps in conversation. These gaps can be important for the individual to gather their thoughts or express themselves emotionally. And listen with your eyes. Keep an eye contact. People communicate information through behavior in addition to what they say. Pay attention to body language to help understand their feelings. So next one. Empathy. So keep in mind, if their counselor is coming, they want empathy from you. Refrain from being judgmental. If are doing, if are the good judge, you will not analysis. You will not do the analysis. You will fail in analysis. If are analyzing the people, you should not be the judge. Okay, so if you are coming to the some clients is coming to the oh, you are not going to the judging the people, you are going to analyze the people. So refrain from being judgmental. Empathy does not mean you agree with the person, just that you have identified and understand how they're feeling. An uncomfortable conversation. If you have difficulty keeping your beliefs from interfering with your ability to listen, let the person know the topic is too sensitive. Find someone else that can listen. Sir, next one. Convey that is very, very important. Convey that you are listening. Counselors make sure they are attacking the you are they are attacking the counselors is listening. That hope you have to give. The first success, number one success. If you are failing that one, they will not be happy, and they will probably they will walk out, and probably they will go to some other counselor. So always make sure you are giving therapies and you are good in therapy techniques are not. Very beginning thing is you have to make sure that you are listening to your clients. Maintain eye contact when it seems appropriate. Use minimal encourages such as something like that, and paraphrase what the person has said to you and ask question to fill in gaps. Sir, next one. And problem with the communication. You have a lot of problems with your communications, identifying problems, and you have understanding the person. If something is preventing you from understanding their concern, don't be afraid to bring out to the open. If in a confrontal conversation, acknowledge it difficult to get positive impact because you are going to have the couple of sessions. You are not going to give the solution, or you are not going to completely cover whatever earlier I said. 50% their life in your hand. So in 45 minutes, you are entirely not going to do any miracle. Miracle will not happen in the 45 minutes. So keep in mind that don't rush. Accept your communications problem. Try to improve in coming sessions. Sir, next one. And personal boundaries. You give some personal boundaries. Be aware of your own need of boundaries. Pay attention to situation when you lost energy, feel a knot in your stomach, want to cry or become. So these are the very important thing. Even though we are a counselor, we have some boundaries. We have emotions. We have feelings. We have difficulties. Life is not only positive side. Life is ups and down. Not only for the counselors also. So we are in this side. They are in that side. That's it. And you are going to give the tips for their solution. And so keep your problems away, break your boundaries, and concentrate on their problems. So next one. Just I want to give the little bit things about body language. Well, in the body language, you can see the kids' child's photo. You can see how they expression. This is just to understand about the body language. You seeing this one, each one photos and expression is different, isn't it? The same way, adult or adolescent, whatever we are during the conversation, whether knowingly or unknowingly, we will try to convey through our body language. So keep in mind that you have the different emotions and you will convey your different emotions. You will through your body language only. And outline, lead in activity, listening by respect of body language and discussion. All those things I am going to give. Sir, next one. And sir, next one, please. Next one, sir. Next one. Body language is quite secret and most powerful language. I explained to you earlier. So our bodies send out our message constantly, and often we don't recognize that we are communicating a lot more than we realize. And participant, I try to time consent. I will close with this couple of slides, and I will share your PowerPoint. You can go through it, and you can come with your doubts and anything this PowerPoint because we have the shortage of time. There we have the question answer session also. So I will try with some of the slides and let me share the PowerPoint presentation with you. You can go through. You can ask the question even during the session or during the workshop or after the workshops also. Physical. There is a physical appearance in the body language. This for the example, Sir, next couple of slides you can you can click and go, sir. This is a different postures, eye contact, and facial expressions. And this is the gesture. This is different gestures. That's it, sir.
Okay.
Participant, thank you very much for concentrating. Due to concentration, actually, I close my session and I will share the PowerPoint. You can go through, you can keep in text. This is now question answers. You can ask the questions.
Yes, dear participant, if you have any questions related to that communication and counseling, you can welcome. And one of the important skill a counselor must possess is communication. How effectively you are communicating with the client, that has an value and the efficiency of your counseling process. So it is one of the important component in counseling. I think we have received many inputs regarding that. The same will be, the presentation will be shared in your WhatsApp group. You can check with that if you have any questions, and later also you can ask a question related to the presentation. And now time for interaction with the resource person, and over to you all.
I have a question, sir. Sir, actually,
Yes, ma'am.
I just I've taken the inputs what you have given, sir. I will go through this and I will ask the questions if I have doubt tomorrow, sir.
Yes,
I have one question regarding physical appearance. You said actually physical appearance we can't change, no, sir, and that is also joined with our culture, no, sir. If I am wearing sari, it is my culture. For the coming person, I can't change my dressing sense, no, sir.
Yeah.
What I'm asking, you can understand, no, sir? What I'm asking?
Yeah, understand, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So I will tell you the answer. For example, see, there is a dress code for different, even though India is one country, we have a different states and different cultures and the belief system in the across the India. Okay. For example, even our Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, if they are going to the Delhi also, they will have the like dress code of Tamil Nadu dress code with the official meetings, all those things. Okay. And it is accepted by the and second thing, coming to the Middle East countries, Gulf countries, the dress code is entirely different. In gents, they will wear official dresses. They will be like one white color contour. That means it's like a jippa. That is their official dress code. So with the dress code only, they will be working in the government offices and all those things. So, but whereas in like Europeans, if they are working in Dubai, they will wear the coat suit and all. For the you take the female, I can see in Dubai, they will wear like abaya, burqa, like black color, complete cover. Okay, in the same country, the same places, if some European counselors, if European staffs are working, they will wear the skirts and all, mini skirts and all like that. So the countries accepted the different dress codes. So if wherever we are, we can go with our own accepted dress codes with the, among with the country's cultures and belief system. So definitely it will not affect your communication. Whatever you're going to see, it will not affect at all, ma'am. Hope you understand. Any other questions, participants? Participant, you can.
If there is any question for today's session, please, you are welcome to ask, or you can give the feedback for the session.
Participant, kindly do your worksheets and evaluate yourself and send us, and we will give the feedback of your what's your which level you are in communication. We will try to give the feedback about it. There are 3 worksheets you can evaluate yourself.
Fine, sir. I think there is no more questions from the participant. In that case, I
Thank
will
you, sir.
take time for express our gratitude to our Salim sir for the important topic in counseling, that is communication. How effectively you are doing the communication, that determines success of your counseling process also. And there are many components out there. We have to give all components in that communication when you do so, and you can achieve that mastery in that. I think starting from verbal, non-verbal, dissection of how many percentage we have to do that, and when to talk and what to talk, and how we have to ensure our coaches, everything we have discussed today. Thank you so much, sir. Please accept our gratitude from the Red Pond Education and Psychology Research Center and Yellow Pond
Thank you.
Counseling Center. And we will have another session with you in the coming days. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow morning at
Thank you all.
10:30 a.m. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir. Thank you, participant.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.